Hello, let's do Wordle number 1033. And I asked for two starting words related to a Game of Theorists theme, which is a channel that focuses on the theory behind various games. So Ball2536 suggested I start with solve and games. Just an E at the end, that's all we get. Let's try to get the T, R, and N. Those are very high value letters. Probably the I would be good, but I don't think trine is a word, so we'll need to be a little more creative than that. I'm gonna have to sacrifice one of these letters. I could do tripe. Sacrifice the N for the P. P's not terrible. Gets the TR, tries the I. It's a hard mode it's a hard mode guess, so let's go for it. All right, not bad. We have the T in place. We need an I somewhere. I'm thinking about putting I second, although IE ending isn't unheard of. I think TI would be better. Tinge is not available. How are we ending in this E is kind of my question. I like TIN, but tinge is the only thing I can actually think of there. Okay, not N. Yeah, without the G, without being able to end in GE, it's actually kind of hard to think of how we'd fill these two. I'm briefly thinking about UE, but I just don't see how that would work. I might think about IE in a second, but we'd still need a vowel after the T, wouldn't we? Okay, I'm not seeing how this works, so let's look at IE instead. Those are the only two options for where the I goes, so it's one of them. I mean, my initial thought is to put the U there, but that doesn't seem like a word to me. We could put another I. I don't think Tixie is a word. Pixie is. No, I don't see it. Is there some... Oh, I could repeat the E. Does that help? Like TE something IE? That doesn't look good. What about TI CIE something E? If there's another E, that's where it would go. That doesn't look good either. How are we making a word out of this? This is crazy. There must be something I just missed. Yeah, this doesn't look good. TEIE. Just look again. Doesn't look good to me. What about like TIUE? Like, is teak a word? I know peak is a word. I don't think teak is a word. I guess I could try it. It might help. Okay, it's not a word, so. This feels like the most likely, but also I can't think of any words, so that's kind of a problem. I'm even just trying to think what letters might be helpful, like the CH. I mean, obviously tish isn't a word, but if it accepts it, it might help, so let's try. No? Okay. CK? Didn't think so. I'm just not seeing how to fill the gaps here. I don't think it's this then. I mean, if it's not TI something something E, then it has to be T something something IE. But then after the T, like, would we be TH something IE? Because I don't see another consonant we could use. TW something IE? I don't see that. So the only vowels are E, I, or U there. Teddy. Okay, I looked at E. Let's look at I. I looked at I. Let's look at U. Okay, I've gone through basically the same thing twice now, and I don't know where this I goes. I'm not missing something, right? I don't see how I'd be missing something. I think I'm gonna try every TIN something E word, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So like tinwee, tinye, tinu, tindy, tinfy, J, tinka, tinza, tinksa, tints, timba. I had high hopes for tints, to be honest. Tina. All right, so it's not TIN something E, unless there's something I didn't repeat. Can we repeat the T? Ooh, I didn't think about repeating the T. It's tithe. I think at some point in my head, I somehow dismissed tithe as an option, and I don't know why I did that, because that was the answer. I guess I didn't really consider the double T. I really should have. That shouldn't have taken me that long, but yeah, tithe is a weird word. It's not something I would say every day. I know what it means, of course. It means to give money to the church. All right. Usually isn't tithing usually considered to be like a percentage of your income that goes to the church, not just like a regular donation, like donate what you want type thing. I think it might have multiple meanings, but all meaning like something similar to that. Cool. Well, let's see if the Wordle bot has to say. I have a feeling it's going to say after tripe that I just had tithe left, for at least for the common words. But I'm wondering if there was something better than tripe in hard mode that I could have guessed. But let's go through it. All right, we had solve, which had a green E. Oops, I didn't mean to calculate. And then games, which had a yellow E. Okay, so in non-hard mode, it is not using the E again. It's saying to do Kuten, Krith, Tunic. Tunic is a little bit worse. So it's suggesting to go with something that, I mean, if it's not going to be the answer anyway, it might as well be an unreasonable word. There are 55 possible words here. I was going to say they all end in E, but that's not surprising because we have a green E there. So let's just go through its solve. Kuten. What was our answer? Tithe. So that would look like that. Now that we're down to 5. Tribe, tripe, trite. Okay, what happened to tithe? T-I-T-H-E. Huh? Why is tithe not here? Oh, this should be green. I was thinking about the yellow T for the start. Okay, now we're down to tithe or titer. Wait, what is that? That's a probable answer? T-I-T-R-E? Titra. I don't think that should be a common word. Weird. Okay, well, it would go with tithe. It would get it in 4. Okay, let's see what the hard mode suggestion is. Trice. So I went with tripe, I'm pretty sure. So trice is just, yeah, let's use the C instead of the P, but that seems to be much more valuable because I'm not seeing tripe here at all. Interesting. So if we go with trice, then we get this, right? And it's only tithe after trice. Okay, and I think tripe is going to be the same, but let's try it. It's interesting that it doesn't like tripe nearly as much as trice. Still only tithe. There wasn't even an unlikely possibility. So yeah, that's why I struggled finding anything to guess, because there was literally only one word I could have guessed that matched the clues, and it was the answer. So yeah, tripe worked out very well. I'm not sure why it's wouldn't be listed here. Maybe it's just slightly worse than trice in a way that gets it out of the top 10, because these are all very close. Interesting. Cool. Well, let's spin the wheel of themes and see what tomorrow's bringing us. A Ranks Rants theme, Seduced by Perfection. So the history on this is for about a week, maybe a week and a half, I decided that I would try to add to my Wordle content because I'm always trying to keep things interesting for my audience and grow my audience. I decided that I would do a little kind of video essay that I called a Ranks Rants on whatever the theme came up as. So whatever the theme was, I'd do research into it, and I would present kind of a slideshow video essay before solving the puzzle. It had mixed reviews. Some people really liked it, and some people were like, I'm just skipping to the solve. But really what the nail in the coffin for me is I was spending like an hour and a half to 2 hours every day researching this stuff for very few people to want to watch it. And it didn't feel appropriate to put during a Wordle solve, which was about Wordle. So it was kind of like, these would be maybe something people would watch as a standalone video if it were titled properly and released in that way on that kind of channel. But so I might revisit that kind of thing later. But anyway, Ranks Rants was the theme, and I believe this was probably added to the wheel. This is a big one, so this has been on the wheel for a while. It was probably added to the wheel around the time I was doing those. So anyway, that's the history of that. Leave 2 words related to Ranks Rants in some way. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.